here on ESPN Radio. ESPN2. We are presented by Progressive Insurance. Drivers who switch to Progressive could save big. Quote today at Progressive.com. SiriusXM, MLB Network Radio, Team USA defeats the Dominican Republic last night in the World Baseball Classic. They move on to the finals in just a wild
Shout out to the umps.
I don't know about that.
Very patriotic, that umpire.
MVP.
Very patriotic.
I don't know if I agree with that one. Along with Chris Canty, Michelle Smallman, Evan Cohen with you. We had a wild day in sports yesterday. Selection Sunday, men's and women's. Of course, we'll get to that. Oscars. Shout out to Michael B. Jordan, Jesse Buckley, and one battle after another. The big three awards there. What?
Go ahead.
It is March 16th, so you got the Stone Cold Steve Austin shirt on for 316. We got that going as well. Good morning, everybody.
Yeah.
What did I do wrong?
No, I'm just asking. You don't think the umps gave Team USA the assist in the WBC?
Well, for those who did not see it, the United States ended up winning on a called third strike. I don't know. I played baseball growing up. You played baseball growing up. What did your coach always tell you? Never allow there to be a called third strike. That was too close. Swing.
It was not in the zone.
Yeah, I don't know that it was. And here's the thing. You had the situation with Soto, a few batters before the Perdomo called third strike. And I was just saying, that is ridiculous that the umpire allowed those pitches that are clearly below the zone to be called strikes and for those batters to be put in that spot. When you don't have an ump that's consistently calling the balls and strikes, it makes it tough to have a quality at bat. And in that situation, what we saw play out yesterday is enough evidence to have the ABS system, the automated balls and strikes, be a part of the WBC, because you're starting to see it integrated in other areas of the sport. It should be in this too. Clearly, the players have the passion. You hate to see that ripped away from them by the umps not officiating the zone consistently and calling the balls and strikes properly.
Absolutely. I hate that such an incredible game was ended that way. And this was everything you hoped it could be in a game. This was what you think of when you think of the WBC, the collection of the best talent in the world playing against one another at the highest of levels. And this was such an entertaining game. And for it to end in that way on a pitch that was clearly below the zone, that was clearly a strike, was a real bummer. But that's kind of been the tale of the Americans throughout this tournament. They've had some luck. They had Italy bail them out. They had this blown call at the end of the game in order for them to advance. This has been something that has helped America advance. And obviously we'll see them go to the championship. But if I'm the Dominicans or a fan of the Dominicans, I am furious with the way that this baseball game ended.
Albert Pujols is the manager of the Dominican Republic team and had this to say about no ABS and the called third strike to end the game last night.
When you see that last pitch, do you think at all in 10 days with ABS that game ends differently?
I just said it in Spanish. I don't want to focus in the last game, in the last pitch. Obviously, it didn't go our way. Disappointed about the way that the game ends, but I don't want to criticize any of that. It wasn't meant to be for us. I think both teams pitched well, played well. Our bullpen really did an outstanding job. Severino did a great job as well. So I don't really going to focus the whole game, especially a great game like it was tonight, on that last pitch.
Okay, well, that's a good answer. I got to tell you. That's one of those, like, you're not going to get fined if you're, like, playing in Major League Baseball or NBA or NFL. Like, you're not going to get fined for that kind of thing because as much as you want to criticize the refs or the umps in this case, he did not do that. Now, the counter to all of this, as Pujols alluded to, like, they had opportunities. You know, they scored early in this game. They could have scored again.
They were 2-9 with runners in scoring position, so that's not great.
They had a solo home run in the second inning. The United States had 2 solo home runs in the fourth with Gunnar Henderson and Roman Anthony, and that's it. That's the entire scoring for the game. So they had opportunities, but of course, yes, we understand why the Dominican Republic would not be happy with this, and someone who was not happy with this, obviously, of course, Karl Anthony Towns, who plays for Team Dominican Republic in basketball of the New York Knicks. And here's what he had to say when they asked him about it after the Knicks and Warriors game. Knicks won, came back from 21 down last night.
Was it a ball that last we watched in the highlights?
Hell yeah, that was a ball, man. Some bull. Yo, I should have had a chance. We have Fernando Tatis Jr. coming up, bro. Come on, man. That was a ball as hell.
That was a strike.
No, hell no. You say that as an American.
I don't know. I keep watching it. It's close enough to swing. You've got to swing on that.
No, you don't. No, it's not that close.
It's below the zone.
It's not close enough to swing, sir.
To me, it is. Well, it doesn't matter. We got the win. But there is something else coming out of that game that I am fascinated to get your reaction.
What you got?
So Aaron Judge said something very juicy, I think unintentionally. I don't think he intended to be a headline. He said, quote, "The World Series I was in versus the crowd here and the one we had against Mexico, it's bigger and better than the World Series. The passion that these fans have for representing their country, representing their favorite players, there's nothing like it," end quote. So factually, Yankee Stadium, corporate environment, right?
Yes.
A lot of seats empty because they're really expensive. But factually, this offseason, Aaron Judge has said things critical of the Yankees for not going out and getting every player, and critical of fans for the environment at Yankee Stadium. Those are facts.
So
Now,
what are you alluding to?
Yeah, you're trying to breadcrumb and take. Go ahead and give
You
it.
think
No.
he's not happy in New York?
I think Aaron Judge is going to feel the wrath of Yankee fans today. Now, every Yankee fan complains about the corporate environment of Yankee Stadium.
It's very sterile.
Yeah, it's what?
It's very sterile.
Sterile. I don't think that's the word of the day, but that's a good word. I could be wrong. I don't know. I'm going to say it's not.
It's not. That's just what it is there.
Yes,
It
okay.
feels like baseball hospital.
Baseball hospital.
That's exactly how MetLife Stadium feels too, though.
MetLife Stadium is very
the
sterile.
same way. Why does the New York metropolitan area have sterile ballparks?
City Field is not like that. City Field is a vibe.
No, I understand that, but I mean that's little brother. It's a
Right.
Yankees
But maybe
town.
that's why, is that they made it more of an intimate baseball environment rather than the biggest, grandest, shiniest thing that you can have.
To me, it's just interesting that the guy who is an all-time great player, but famously has not won, is critical of the organization and the fans this offseason. Those are just facts. I'm not suggesting he wants out in any way, shape, or form. What I am suggesting is the finger's going to be pointed back at him, right? The WBC championship, which hopefully we win, no one's going to look at that as, oh, you won it all. Like it's like Carmelo in basketball. Carmelo Anthony, unbelievable Olympic player, unbelievable college player.
Yep.
People hold it against him, fair or not, that he never won a title as an NBA player. Aaron Judge, first ballot Hall of Famer, one of the greatest right-handed bats to ever live. Awesome defensive player. Showed it off last night, throwing a guy out at third, right?
He's incredible.
But he's been critical of the organization and critical of the environment in the World Series as it compares to the WBC.
Well, let's separate the two.
Okay.
If you're making commentary about your organization, it's got to be interesting for him in historically the organization that goes out and spends the money and gets all the players to watch the Dodgers do what they're doing. And for someone who's come up short in the postseason and understands the pressure that is placed upon him that you just illustrated, it's got to be stressful for him to watch the Dodgers do what they're doing and know it's that much harder for me to go out and achieve what I need to achieve in order to complete my legacy as a Yankee and as an all-time great baseball player.
I mean, for
Let's be
you as a
clear
Yankee
about
fan,
one
how do
thing,
you
though.
feel about
Come up
this?
short in the postseason's past. Did not come up short in the postseason this year.
Right.
No, Aaron Judge was
Good
absolutely
point.
phenomenal.
Good point.
The guy was unbelievable in the playoffs.
But still did not get the job done. And
Sure.
when you look at his career in totality, we're not going to isolate one postseason. We're going to lump it all together.
Yeah, but I guess what Aaron Judge is doing now by putting it on the organization for not having the sense of urgency that he thinks they should, when you have the game to back up the demands that you're making as the star player, as the captain, the first captain since Derek Jeter, that's going to resonate with the fan base. And also Aaron Judge calling the fans to the carpet in terms of being able to create more of a raucous environment, not the worst thing.
I agree.
I mean, the days of the bleacher creatures and the old Yankee Stadium and the crowd being into it and getting behind the players and seemingly energizing the team, it doesn't feel like that anymore. So him stating the obvious, something that all Yankees fans already know, I don't think that's going to, in any way, shape, or form, put space between him and his base, the people that support him. So I don't have a problem with what Aaron Judge says. The reality is that the fans of the WBC and people jumping behind their teams and obviously the patriotism has elevated the moment. And Aaron Judge is saying to Yankees fans, hey, why don't we have more of that when it comes to postseason baseball in Yankee Stadium? Don't have a problem with it as a Yankees fan whatsoever.
Two quick things. Number one.
Hold on. Nuno, do you have a problem with what Aaron Judge
Yeah,
said?
our other Yankee fan.
No, he's speaking the truth. I think so. There's a couple different things, right? When there's national teams involved, like I love the Yankees, the Giants, the Knicks, even though they drive me crazy. But like my one true passion is like the sound, the Portuguese national team, and there's a different pride when you watch them play. There's that, and then it's as you said, Smalls. It's that ballpark doesn't feel. There's no character anymore in that Yankee Stadium, right? Like the regular fans have been priced out. It becomes too much, and I think that's all he's talking about. Like, let me see some juice. Let me see that, like, because we have it here. It would be great to have that in the World Series. Now get back to another World Series and let's see how that crowd reacts.
I wonder what I don't have this in front of me. I should have looked it up. That's on me. I wonder what the ticket prices are in comparison. Like, what does it cost to get into the WBC versus the same?
I can guarantee it don't cost the same as a World Series game in Yankee Stadium.
Yeah.
Promise you.
Yeah.
I can promise you.
It's the same thing as going to the Super Bowl as a fan. It's a corporate environment because the average fan, the people who live and die with every snap or in the World Series, every pitch, a lot of them can't afford or don't want to spend the money that is required for them to go to those games. So you get the big companies that buy and go, or the people who maybe don't care as much. It's not the same as going to certain home games. And that does impact, I'm sure, the players and the environment.
Yeah, but here's the thing. If ownership is going to create that kind of environment where it's sterile because it's more corporations than true fans, then damn it, you're getting the extra money. Why don't we put that money into buying the players that we need to compete with the likes of the Dodgers?
Yeah, Aaron Judge's comments are kind of connected in that regard.
Yeah, that's exactly
They definitely
it.
are.
Again, I don't think this was his intent, right? But it was a juicy comment that he made. The environment around the WBC has been amazing. Some people are going to say the Dominican Republic got screwed because of the no review there, obviously. And we may look back at that DeRosa flop where he didn't realize the situation and didn't put out the best lineup as maybe the best thing that could happen to the United States team, because now it feels like they're really taking it seriously. Now it's like, okay, we embarrassed ourselves in that one moment. Now this is no joke anymore. Skeens dominating last night. Bullpen doing a great job. Henderson with the solo
Both
shot.
bullpens were awesome.
Yeah, but I wonder if that's the
bullpens
moment.
were amazing.
I wonder if the DeRosa comments become the moment. He's the manager of the team that galvanized this team in some way, shape, or form, because there was the level of embarrassment. All right. Selection Sunday yesterday, a lot to discuss. A team with one loss almost missed out. We will get to that after I tell you about ZipRecruiter, as a lot of college